Good morning, my dear students. So today in the sessions we are going to learn first problem on the elimination approach method. So this figure shows the one dimension bar element. It is subjected to the axial loading. So here the axial loading, the 10 kilonewton, where it is acting at the free end. Okay, so in this case we need to determine the nodal displacement, stresses in each element, and the third condition we need to determine in this problem is the reaction at the support. Here let us see, this is the cantilever beam figure. The cantilever beam nothing but the one end of the beam is rigidly fixed and another end of the beam is totally free into the atmosphere. Such type of the beam we can say as cantilever beam. So the cantilever beam of its total length, it is given as 1000 mm, and the load 10 kilonewton is acting at the free end. The area is given as 10 power of 4 mm power of square. So it is mm square, not mm power of 4. It is mm square. Here also mm square. Clear here? And so here, and the modulus of E, it is represent the modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. The value is given as 200 gigapascal. So first of all you have to write down the given data. In the given data you have to represent the area of element. How much is given? Area is given as 10 power of 4 mm square is given. And Young's modulus, E, it is represent Young's modulus, or we can say as modulus of elasticity of a materials. Here Young's modulus is given as capital E equal to 200 gigapascal. If you want to convert in megapascal, it should be how much? 2 into 10 power of 5 megapascal. If you want to convert megapascal into Newton, means it should be 2 into 10 power of 5 mega Newton per mm square. Is it right? And the length of the element, the total length of this cantilever beam, how much is given? It is given as 1000 mm. And load at the free end. So where the load is acting here? The load is acting at the free end. So how much load is acting? The load is 10 kilonewton is acting. Okay, so if you want to convert in Newton, means 10 as it is, kilo means 10 power of 3 Newton. Always you have to remember one thing, because the load is applied toward right side. Is it right? So the nature of the load is tensile load. Which type of the load is acting here? Tensile load is acting. Then you have to remember this x also. This x also move in the same direction of wherever the applied load, because the load is applied toward the right side. That x displacement also in the same direction where the force is applied at the free end. If it is x is acting in the same direction, it is considered as positive. If x is acting in the opposite direction, if the x is acting in the opposite direction, this force we need to consider as minus. This force we need to consider as minus. Always remember. Okay dear? In the step number 1, this finite element model of the given continuum. So let us see, this is the first node, and this one what we can say second node. This is the first node, second node. Of the total length of the cantilever beam, it is represented by L. How much total length is given? 1000 mm. So here, if it is fixed, means the nodal displacement Q1 is acting at a point of 1, as well as the nodal force is acting at a point of 1. So it is represented as q1 is represent the nodal displacement and f1 is represent the nodal force is acting at a point of 1. Come to the point here. The q2, the nodal displacement is acting at a point of 2. It is represented by q2 and the nodal force is acting at a point of 2. Is it right? Then so because in this figure we are talking about which dimension? One dimension bar element. Is it right? If it is one dimension bar element will be there, so the displacement always acting in a x direction only. The displacement always act in a x direction only, but the displacement not acting in a y direction. If the 2D bar element will be there, if it is 2D bar element will be there, then displacement is acting x and y direction. Okay dear. That step number 2. Okay, so determination of elemental stiffness matrix. So this elemental stiffness matrix, it is represented by Ke is equal to Ae by Le 1 minus of 1 minus 1 into 1. That is the formula of elemental stiffness matrix. So Ae nothing but area of the cantilever beam. How much area is given here? Area is given as 10 power of 4. Okay, so E is indicate modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. How much is given here? 2 into 10 power of 5 by total length. How much is given? 1000 mm. 1 minus of 1 minus 1 as it is. Okay dear. So if you divide the value with the help of calci, then you will get the answer is 2 into 10 power of 6 1 minus 1 minus 1 into 1. So if you multiply 2, then this value should be 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are minus 2. This value should be 2 ones are minus 2 and this value should be 2 ones are 2. So this outside 2 value I am multiplying with the to the 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, then you are getting this answer. Okay dear. After that, after the getting the elemental stiffness matrix, then we need to determine the global stiffness matrix. So the K is represent the global stiffness matrix should be equal to elemental stiffness matrix. So E is indicate elemental stiffness matrix. K is represent the global stiffness matrix equal to 10 power of 6, same as it is, same value, 2 minus 2 minus 2 2. Okay dear. After the getting the global stiffness matrix, we need to determination of global force vector and displacement vector. So here how many nodes are there here? We have 2 nodes. The displacement also how many are there? Let us see here, q1 q2. Okay, so q1 q2, what they represent? Displacement vector q1 q2. And force vector, how many forces are there? Because we have 2 nodes, on 2 nodes 2 forces acting. First one is F1 F2. Okay, F1 F2. So F1 is housed here. F1 is fixed end. Let us see this figure. This is here. F1 is fixed here. Fn value should be 0. And F2 how much here? F2 is 10 kilonewton. So F2 is how much? 10 kilo means 10 into 10 power of 3 Newton. After that, in the step number 5, equilibrium equation for the continuum. So what is the formula is there? K means global stiffness matrix into displacement vector equal to nodal force vector. So how to remember? KQ equal to F. KQ equal to F. Is it right? So K. The K value is how much is that here? K value is 10 power of 6, 2 minus of 2 minus 2, 2. And the Q, the nodal displacement vector value is Q1, Q2, and the nodal force vector value is F1, F2. Okay, 10 power of 6 as it is, 2 minus 2 minus 2, 2. Q1, Q2. So f1 value is how much is that here? 0. f2 value is how much is that? 10 into 10 power of 3. So in which here, if the node 1 is fixed, here node 1, how is it here? Fixed and is there. If the node 1 is fixed, the displacement at node 1 equal to how much? It should be also 0. So that's what we can say, that q1 value is how much dear? It should be 0. If the nodal force is 0, means the q1 value also 0. Is it right? So for that reason, we need to strike out this row and this column. Okay, the remaining terms. So in the step number 6, applying the boundary condition, or we can say as elimination approach method. So in which we have to take 10 power of 6. This only, which one is remaining here? Only 2 is remaining. Just you need to multiply 2 into q2. 2 into q2 equal to 10 into 10 power of 3. So q2 equal to 10 into 10 power of 3 divided by 2 into 10 power of 6. If you divide the value, then you will get the answer is 0.005 mm. After the getting the value, because q1 value is 0, q2 value is how much is that here? 0.005 mm. q1 0, q2 is 0.005 mm. I hope so no one is having that doubt up to here. After the getting q1 q2 value, then what we need to find out? We need to determine the stress and strain, because this is which dimension figure? One dimension figure. Just you need to satisfy only one element. Is it right? So first of all, you have to find out strain. After that, you need to find out the stress. Okay, then strain in the element, this E represent strain equal to B into Q. So this B formula is 1 by length, total length LE minus 1 Q, nothing but the nodal displacement Q1 Q2. 1 by total length, how much is that? Total length of the cantilever beam, it is given as 1000 mm minus 1. The nodal displacement Q1 value, how much is that here? 0. Q2, how much we got here? 0.005 mm. After the getting this value 1 by 1000 as it is, just you need to multiply this row into column. Minus 1 into 0 plus 1 into 0.005. Minus 1 to 0 should be how much here? 0. 1 into 0.05 should be how much? 0.05 only. If you multiply this term, 1 into 0.05 should be how much? 0.05 by 1000. If you divide this whole the value, then you will get the strain is 5 into 10 power of 6, because we know very well strain is not having any unit. Strain is dimensionless unit. Always remember. Stress in the element. So what is the formula of stress? We know very well. Stress formula is, I will write here. Okay. Okay, let us see. The stress formula is capital E equal to stress by strain. Okay dear, so let us see. Just you need to multiply these terms. E is indicate that the modulus of elasticity should be equal to stress by strain. E cross multiply here, E into small e it is small e equal to how much dear? It is stress. Okay, so E is as it is. E is as it is. This E, B into Q, what they represent here? B into Q represent as strain. Okay dear, done. Is E, I will okay dear. So E is represent modulus of elasticity into B into Q. What they represent? B into Q represent as strain. So strain, how much we got it here? 5 into 10 power of 6. Modulus of elasticity is given as 2 into 10 power of 5. If you multiply this both the terms, you will get the stress value is 1 Newton per mm square. So after the getting the stress value, you need to determination of reaction at the support you need to find out. So this means that because we have the two node, first node and second node, the how much normal reaction is acting at point 1 as well as at point 2 we need to find out. So R is indicate that the normal reaction equal to global stiffness matrix K into nodal displacement minus of nodal force vector. So R nothing but R1 R2. Okay, so we have two node, first node R1, second, because we have two node 1 and 2. On the first node the normal reaction is acting, it is represented by R1. At the node 2 the normal reaction is acting at a point of 2, it is represented by R2. R1 R2 equal to this global stiffness matrix, we got the value is 10 power of 6 2 minus 2 minus 2 2. The nodal displacement is Q1 Q2 minus the nodal force vector value F1 F2. Okay, come to this point, R1 R2 as it is 10 power of 6. So in this case 2 minus 2 minus 2 2, the nodal displacement at Q1 should be how much dear? Already we saw Q1 value is 0, Q2 value is 0.05 minus nodal force vector, because it is the fixed end, so that's what it is, the value is 0. The nodal force at 2, because the force is acting at the free end. How much force is acting at the free end here? 10 into 10 power of 3. Is it right? Newton it's acting. So after that 10 power of 6 as it is, just you need to multiply this term. So this row into this column, this row into this column, 2 into 0 minus 2 into 0.005, again minus 2 into 0 plus 2 into 0.05 minus 0 10 into 10 power of 3. R1 R2 as it is, 10 power of 6 as it is, 2 into 0 should be how much here? 0 only, minus 2 into 0.05 value how much should be there? 0.01 only. Is it right? Minus 2 into 0 value should be 0 only. Okay, minus 2 into 0 plus 2 into 0.05 value should be how much? 0.01 only, minus 0 10 into 10 power of 3. R1 R2 as it is equal to 10 power of 6. Okay dear, so 0 minus 2 into 0.05 how much? Minus 0.01. Here also 0.01 I am representing here. If you multiply 10 power of 6 into 0.01, the value should be how much? Minus 10 into 10 power of 3. 10 power of 6 into 0.01 how much? 10 into 10 power of 3 minus 0 10 into 10 power of 3. So always remember how to take the normal reaction value. The same concept we need to follow in the another problems also. Is it right? So this is R, this is row, we have to consider this row only, and R2 for bottom row only. So R1 equal to minus 10 into 10 power of 3 minus 0 equal to minus 10 into 10 power of 3. R2 value equal to 10 into 10 power of 3 minus 10 into 10 power of 3. If you subtract this whole the value, then you will get the answer is 0. So this means that, so we have to represent in the matrix form R1 R2 equal to the normal reaction is acting at a point of 1 should be value is minus 10 into 10 power of 3, and the normal reaction R2 value should be how much? It should be 0. So the result we got, the conclusion is the nodal displacement Q1 should be 0, the nodal displacement Q2 is how much we got it here? 0.005 mm. And the induced stress, how much stress is induced in a material, because we have only one dimension element. If it is two dimension element will be there, then we need to find out sigma 1 sigma 2, but this is the one dimension element. For that reason you need to find only one stress only. Sigma equal to 1 Newton per mm square. So strain in the element, how much is there? E is indicate strain. How much we got here? 5 into 10 power of 6, because they don't have any unit. It is a dimensionless unit. And the reaction at the support, how much we got here? R1 we got as minus 10 into 10 power of 3 Newton. The unit of reaction is Newton. Write down here. Okay, R2 value is 0 Newton. So we got the whole concept. I hope so no one is having the doubt. If you have the doubt, please write down in the comment box, as well as please subscribe my channel. Thank you dear.